The notion that scientists and mainstream media are lying to us about climate change has become a pervasive narrative in recent years. While it's understandable to be skeptical of information presented to us, especially when it seems to contradict our personal experiences or biases, it's essential to examine the evidence and motivations behind the climate change discussion. Climate change is a complex and multifaceted issue, and the overwhelming consensus among scientists is that human activities are significantly contributing to the problem. One of the primary reasons scientists and mainstream media are accused of lying about climate change is the perceived exaggeration of its effects. Some argue that the media sensationalizes climate-related disasters, such as hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts to attract viewers and readers. However, this criticism ignores the fact that climate change is a real and pressing issue that requires attention and action. The scientific community has extensively studied and documented the impacts of climate change, from rising global temperatures to melting ice caps and sea level rise. These findings are not based on speculation or exaggeration, but rather on empirical evidence and rigorous research. Another accusation levied against scientists and mainstream media is that they are driven by financial or ideological motivations. Some claim that climate change research is funded by governments or organizations with a vested interest in promoting the idea of climate change, and therefore, the science is tainted by bias. While it's true that research funding can influence the direction of scientific inquiry, the reality is that climate change research is a global effort, with thousands of scientists from diverse backgrounds and disciplines contributing to the discussion. The evidence for climate change is not based on a single study or dataset, but rather on a vast and comprehensive body of research that has been subject to peer review and scrutiny. Mainstream media also face criticism for their coverage of climate change, with some arguing that they prioritize ratings and clicks over accuracy and balance. However, many reputable news organizations have dedicated significant resources to covering climate change, including hiring specialized reporters and establishing dedicated climate desks. These efforts aim to provide readers and viewers with accurate and timely information about the issue, often incorporating insights from scientists and experts in the field. It's essential to recognize that the science behind climate change is not a matter of opinion or debate, but rather a well-established fact. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), which comprises thousands of scientists from around the world, has concluded that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are the primary cause of global warming. This conclusion is based on decades of research, including temperature records, melting glaciers, and shifts in weather patterns. In contrast to the accusations of lying, there are several reasons why scientists and mainstream media are committed to covering climate change. Firstly, the stakes are extremely high, with climate change posing significant risks to human health, economic stability, and environmental sustainability. By informing the public about the issue, scientists and journalists aim to raise awareness and promote action to mitigate its effects. Secondly, climate change is a complex and nuanced topic that requires ongoing research and investigation. Scientists and journalists work together to provide accurate and up-to-date information, helping to advance our understanding of the issue and its potential solutions. In conclusion, the accusation that scientists and mainstream media are lying to us about climate change is unfounded and misleading. While it's natural to have questions and concerns about the issue, the overwhelming evidence from the scientific community confirms that climate change is real and human activities are significantly contributing to the problem. Rather than perpetuating conspiracy theories and misinformation, we should prioritize credible sources of information and support efforts to address climate change through evidence-based policy and individual action. By working together and relying on the best available science, we can mitigate the effects of climate change and create a more sustainable future for all.